My role in IMSM is an events and exhibition coordinator. I've worked for IMSM for 5 years, organising events throughout the UK and worldwide. We attend a number of events, including health and safety, sustainability events, and manufacturing. I also arrange all travel for all the AMs, as well as being part of the Wellbeing Committee.
At IMSM, I'm a marketing intern and I'm here for 3 months, currently just moving about in the marketing team and seeing how it works within the company.
I've been at IMSM for about almost 6 months now, and I'm a marketing assistant, and I also deal with email marketing.
My name is Carolyn Eakins and I work as a marketing executive at IMSM, and my job involves managing our social media channels, creating content, graphics, writing. I do the odd article here and there, and I also manage our live streaming too.
The term mental health to me means a balance of your own mental state. I like to think of everybody being able to be stable all the time, but things affect people in different ways, and everyone can go either high or low and have mood swings with that.
Mental health for me is something that involves our emotional and psychological well-being, which can affect how we think, feel and act. This can affect how we handle stress, relate to people and make choices no matter how old we are.
I would say mental health is having a work-life balance, but also it's how you respond to different situations around you. So certain stresses in your life may make you more reactive than others, and depending on how you react can actually influence your mental health.
So to me, the term mental health is the opposite of physical health. We take it for granted, we look after ourselves physically, but what about mentally? I think it's really, really important that we do recognise any issues or any stresses that we do have and look after our mental health too. So it's really important for our emotional, mental well-being to take care of that area too.
IMSM has supported me in the workplace by providing a wellbeing committee, focus on activities and ensuring that we are all joining together and that there's always somebody around to talk to. If we're not feeling 100% that day, there is always somebody around that is prepared to just sit down and have a cup of coffee and just have a chat.
I've only been here for 3 months, but within the first week of being here, I've noticed how important mental health is to IMSM, and I've been told about things like the mental health first aid and other ways that the company supports people's well-being.
So far, I think IMSM have been really supportive because I deal with a lot of personal issues myself, and IMSM have provided support. They know all about my issues, and they're very flexible with what they give, and they do provide things like courses where you can learn more about mental health, but also communicate with other individuals. That's a really big thing here, so I do really enjoy that.
So, IMSM has really supported me in my mental health journey. My situation is a little unique. I have a family member living with me at home who is severely impacted currently by the mental health issues that I do have. So IMSM have been really flexible, so I do work from the office and I do work from home. Now this allows me to support my family member when they really need me there for reassurance and for taking them to counsellors and going to see the doctor and stuff, but also just being there for them. It gives them a lot of reassurance. So this allows me to carry on working and also supporting my family member, which keeps me happy, keeps my stress levels down a bit too.
Steps I take for my own mental health have included my dog Oscar. I was very lucky just before the lockdown to purchase Oscar from a lady within our company. I live in a very rural area. We go for long walks every day. One of the most favourite activities for me is watching Oscar running around trying to pick up a branch that's miles bigger than him. and that just makes me laugh and it just sets me off for a really good day.
To improve my daily mental health, I like going for walks or going to the gym, listening to music or podcasts. There's a lot of podcasts about mental health, which I think is really important to listen to for everyone to also empathise with people in general and in the workplace.
I do try to do mindfulness meditations every day because that's been one of the biggest things that's helped me for the longest time. I try to spend at least one day a week where I just do nothing and just prioritise like my self-care and doing what I enjoy, whether it's hobbies, going out for the day. It could be anything, but I do try to have that one day a week.
So to improve my daily health, one of the things that I make sure I do is when I'm in the office is I walk to the office and I walk home from the office, regardless of what the weather's like. To me, that's really important because it gives me that time to come down after being at work, process any thoughts, but also to relax. Whether you're walking through the rain or the hot sunshine, it's a distraction, but it's also time just to come down and have that half an hour to myself before I go back in the house. So that's sort of kind of, really important to me. Other things I do, which I find are really good, if I'm having issues sleeping, if my mind is running overtime, what I tend to do is listen to, some really nice, I like listening to weather, stormy weather on my iPad or something. But another thing that I've come across really recently, which helps me nod off and go to sleep, is brown noise. Now, brown noise is kind of a very bass sort of rumbling sound, and I've sort of gelled with that, and I find that really, really useful to get me off to sleep if I'm having one of those days where I'm finding it difficult actually to fall asleep.
I handle stress and pressure by making sure that I talk. I don't ever bottle anything up. I always make sure that I'm talking to somebody. It is one of my favourite activities, talking, which makes it easier for me, but I've always been surrounded by people that I know when I'm not 100% myself that I'm able to talk to.
To handle pressure, I do struggle a little bit with that. However, I've recently found it's like a really simple phrase to just say to yourself, but just keep saying to yourself everything happens for a reason and it'll all be okay in the end. And it sounds really generic, but I found it's quite helpful.
When it comes to stress and pressure, I would first try to organise my thoughts, because me having it all in my head, it's so cluttered. I would write it down, like a list, almost like a to-do list of what I need to do. So I'll create either a to-do list or a mind map.
So to handle stress and pressure, I think it's, for me, I'm a solitary person. So for me, rather than partying or going out and being really sociable, for me, I look forward to being solitary. Now, often that means going for a walk by myself in the countryside, in nature, or maybe visiting a coffee shop and bringing a book in and sitting there with the book and reading that. And I really enjoy that. Or what I really, really like as well is maybe having a trusted friend over to the house, just the two of us, somebody who I can open up to and they can open up to me, and we can unload and we can talk through things, and that's really helpful. We'll have a couple of glasses of wine and we know it's not going to go any further outside the house, and I think that's really important, is to have somebody to speak to. And other things that I really enjoy, I like writing, I like painting and sketching, and I love looking after my little guinea pigs.